went to the wrong hole, just like a little bit. Anyway, hello! How are you? I haven't done a Q&A in a while, so I might as well do one now since I've been telling you that I was gonna do a Q&A for about 3 months already. It's a long time coming. I asked if you guys had any questions about Oh My Darling, which is available in bookstores now. Yeah, you guys sent in some questions and I will be answering them now to the best of my abilities. I also brought, let me just show you what I've been doing. I also brought my knitting, just because I thought, you know what, why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone and finish this knitting project that I've been doing for equally as long and just never finished up. It's a bra! I like making bralettes. So with that, I guess I'm gonna start knitting and answering some questions. Question number 1, what's the book about? The book is a collection of short stories, poems, and vignettes about young love in all its turmoil and glory. It details turbulence of young love and how one person's relationships can change somebody over the course of the story. Where can I buy the book? So when I first announced it, it was only available at NollyBook and DBookHaus, but now you can purchase it at DBookHaus and NollyBook and Booker and Best Eastern. So it's in all the bookstores that I know of here in Brunei, which is exciting. You can get it there and it's only $18. I need to get scissors. Give me a second. I got scissors. Ooh. What made you want to write your book in the first place? Good question. I've always wanted to write a book. The book specifically, why it's a romance. I actually really like romance. I think it's a really enjoyable genre of storytelling. I think the narratives are really fun and they can really explore human emotions in a way that I feel everyone can relate to. Romance allows you to feel and think in your head. They make you feel good in a world that is really chaotic. Yeah, that's what made me want to write romance in the first place. Plus, I do enjoy writing thought of romances that never actually quite happen. Maybe that's the reason why everyone likes writing love stories. It's just because, ooh, this could happen to somebody. How do you find the right publisher? My publisher is Heartwrite. And I've actually worked with them before. Before they published books, they were actually doing like writing workshops and other stuff like that. And I went to some of them before I went to the UK. And then I saw that they wanted to start publishing manuscripts and to send in manuscripts. I sent them a message. I asked, hey, this was back in 2017, and they said, yeah, Heartwrite has been really great. They published Haris Fadila, who's a good friend of mine. They also are publishing some more young writers. So if you're interested in publishing your collection of poetry, they're definitely a great place to start out. There are other publishers here in Brunei, but for me personally, because I knew them, it was way easier for me to know who I wanted to bring my stories to. Seriously though, does anyone want like a tutorial on how to knit? Because I've got some ideas. I've got some really nice ideas. What is your inspiration on writing your book? I wanted to read something that kind of reflected not necessarily my experiences, but what I wanted to read at that time. I wanted to draft a story where I felt like the younger me, my younger self, 15, 16-year-olds, young girls essentially, could kind of relate to. Give me reasons why I should get your book. 1, if you are Bruneian and want to support your local writers, you can get the book. 2, if you like romance and you are someone who enjoys the kind of romance and over-dramatic stuff of young love, please purchase. And 3, because you know you want to. Anywho, what is your first favorite book in your life? Ooh, my first favorite book in my life has to be Roald Dahl's Matilda, because what other young child, a little bit of a smartass, with a big mouth didn't dream of one day having telekinesis and kind of like just ruining everything for everybody. No, it was Matilda though. What are the challenges that you confront during writing? Ooh, that's a good question. Thank you. I was afraid that people were going to judge me and not the book in its own merit. That was one thing. And another thing that I was really scared of was that no one was going to think the book is good. And I feel like that's what every creative feels like whenever they put their work out there, is that there's just going to be people in this world that doesn't find your writing, your art good enough for them. What's your next goal? I think my next goal is going to be publishing a young adult romance or finish a show. Like, I wrote Bungsu's story and that was really, really fun. I would do it again, to be honest, just don't know when. Tell us about the publishing process. The publishing process involved discussing the book back in 2017, writing it or like finishing up editing the first draft in 2018, never sending it out because third year of law school is just blah. Meeting up again in 2019, the end of 2019, sending the first draft that you should have sent in February, then Corona happened, then rewriting, revising, and doing all the edits in June, July. And then you get sent it to the publisher, who has an editor who edits the book, recommends some things you take into consideration, you do all those edits as well. And then my sister does the illustrations, and then you send it out in October, wait for Moha approval so they say yes, you can sell it in bookstores, announce it in December to launch with the Tiny Lit Festival, and then poof, you get a book in January. And it doesn't sound like a lot of work at the time you're doing it, because it was like a year-long process. And I was saying it out loud, it was pretty intense. That being said, I know a lot of published authors in the UK. Their stories of publishing was a bit more haphazard than mine. So I'm very, very lucky to be working with Heartwrite for the book. Is the book related to anyone? Like, are you directing it to someone? No. Same with like every other book. You can get inspired by people or places, but it's not necessarily about them. And yeah, I don't necessarily think that's inherently a bad thing. Was it hard or easy to write it? And was it stress relieving? I think with all types of hobbies, what you do should be a stress reliever. There's a reason why some people love to write or paint or even knit. It's a stress reliever. So writing the book itself was not stressful at all. Like, it was really cathartic for me to put it down on a piece of paper or a laptop and write. Editing, however, editing the book, yeah, that was hard, that was stressful. You're constantly thinking, oh, is this piece good enough? Is it like worth keeping in the book? Is it good enough for me to have in my, oh no. So that was difficult for me, I guess. Anyway, I finished the bra strap. This is my third bra, so I've made like 2 bralettes. This is my third one. When did you start writing? I started writing when I was born. I started writing at a really young age. I've always loved writing English compositions and stories. Even when I didn't need to, I was just somebody who loved reading and writing, and that's kind of superseded everything that I've done into what I basically do now, which is a lot of writing, a lot of reading. Even in my work life and even on YouTube, I write scripts, I write articles. But when it comes to how long or like when I started writing this book, I think the earliest piece I could find was probably from 2014, 2015, which is why some of the pieces sound or feel very young. Can you share how to start publishing your own book? I always wanted to be a writer. Aww. So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can go directly to a publisher and you can discuss that, or you go and self-publish. One is significantly more cheaper than the other, which is obviously going to a publisher. When you do self-publishing, which I know some people who have, it's all to them, all the profits, but also all the money that you have to take out. It is a lot of money, which is why I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to have it published with a publishing company first, because I wanted to see how it would do. I'm not saying that self-publishing is a bad thing. Who knows, maybe one day I will self-publish, but as of now, I was really happy with my choice of working with a publisher. What's the easiest part of writing a book? The easiest part about writing the book that I specifically wrote was the fact that I could just write whatever I wanted. The first drafts, I think, are always the funnest because you can take whatever you have in your brain and just like dump it out on paper, and then like you can fix it later in editing and think about how it's going narratively. What's your favorite chapter, sentence, piece in the book? I love this question actually. Give me a second, I need to grab my book. So this is the book. Everyone that I've spoken to about the book seems to really enjoy the poet, and obviously it's very beautiful. So, do you want to say hi?
No, I look weird. I'm hungry. Where's your camera? I can't see myself. Ah, hi! Anyway.
A lot of people really like the poet, the chapter called The Poet, but I have a soft spot for The Friend, which looks like this. Is it based on reality? No. I don't think any of it was based on reality. Rather, and I've stated this in the summary and on the blurbs, it's a lot of dreamed up romances and things that maybe could have happened but never really did happen. And I think that's the beauty of poetry and stories, is that it doesn't have to be real to make it feel real to you. Stories don't have to be even good to make you feel something. If it's made you feel something, then it succeeded. Do you have any plans on writing fiction besides poetry? Yes, I want to write a novel one day. One day. It's a 230-page scary thing, but I want to write a novel one day. How do you come up with the title of the book? Originally, it was going to be called Sweetheart, but there's already a pretty popular book called Sweetheart. So I settled on Oh My Darling because of the song Clementine, which is a really popular children's song. It's also from Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, one of my favorite movies. Oh My Darling seemed like a perfect fit because that song itself really captured what the book is about. And Words in Books I'll Never Write. One, it's because this book itself is quite meta and it talks about writing people. And two, on my website, I used to have this kind of section where it was like Words in Books I'll Never Write, which was just snippets that I would write, publish, and never really show again. So that's why it's called Oh My Darling, Words in Books I'll Never Write. Anyway, that is all the questions that I got. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this Q&A, and I hope that answered some things about Oh My Darling. If you guys are interested in purchasing the book, it is available at NollyBook, Best Eastern, DBookHaus, and Booker International. We'll have all the links down below. And yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for being here and just being here for the ride. I can't wait to see what else we've got coming up in 2021. Hopefully good things. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video now. I will be back with more videos soonish. Yes. If you like this video or you have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Bash Harry, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye.